What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're at Jeep Beach 2025. And I think it would be an injustice if I started anywhere other than, guys, the final rendition, the JKU. It is basically done, 99.9%. About the only thing we have to do is we still have some clearance issues to work out, guys, but the rock sliders are still not on. We have to do a little customization, but nothing too bad. Guys, Jeep Beach 2025, the weather has been incredible. We have the JKU at the Maxxis booth, so if you guys were here, hopefully you saw it. I have to take you guys interior of the Jeep, which is closed. I'll get the keys from Maxxis, but we'll circle on around. The weather has been great, but as always, Jeep Beach and the humidity is insane. So we want to do the video in the better part of the day, in the morning, before it gets absolutely crazy, and then no one wants to film.
So a new addition to the JKU as far as lighting goes is our Novite Halo Series 6-inch off-road spot beam. And so we have two, as you guys saw. And the really cool thing about this, guys, is that they're extremely affordable, and it has this orange cover case that gives you amber availability, or you can go ahead and take the case off. It's super simple. I did it one-handed, and then you have your regular spot beam. So the brackets that you see it mounted to, that is sold separately. So I believe those we got from Moto Build. And then to put on the cover is super easy. I'm fumbling it because I have one hand, but this is a fantastic product, guys. We can't wait to run a bunch of other Novite lights on the JKU. It just gives it such a clean look.
Check out, this is Michelle's famous baby Jeep. Michelle Mrs. RPM from RPM Steering and Suspension. Guys, this is a brand new hood that was installed this morning by Rock Monster USA. So same owner, same company, her hood and our hood. We went with a different type. We have our logo there. So let's see what 2025 Jeep Beach brings. Let's see if we can see anything interesting, guys. And so we have a not happy camper because we have a very happy camper. We have Hector in his brand new stroller. Hector, are you having fun? No, not really. Still undecided. So Marlon actually refused to walk next to me yesterday when I was pushing the stroller, but today, who's pushing the stroller? Good husband, good job. So these Jeep shows are really like baby SEMAs. You get to see vehicles that people have built specifically for this show. So Jeep Beach takes place in Daytona Beach, Florida. So it is a completely different vibe, guys. You will see a lot of familiar faces and a lot of familiar Jeeps, but you will see Jeeps that you won't see anywhere else. I can guarantee you that. This beautiful Gladiator, for example, belongs to High Lift Off-Road. Shout out to Mike and the team and Natalie. They're fantastic. They're out in Cincinnati, Ohio. Of course, you got the bobbed bed. It's on 42, Maxxis traps, DOTs by the feel of them. I just love the wrap. I love the color. It's different. It's engaging. But let's see, it is gonna get wilder from here on out. And before you guys come for me about the stroller, because Marlon was not a fan, we're actually on the track, okay? So the pavement gets incredibly hot, and I did get booties for Hector, but they really never fit right. So the stroller is like the next best thing, because he does eventually get tired and doesn't want to continue walking. So the stroller is the way to go. He's 20 pounds, but he's dense. So carrying him the entire show was awful last year. We have Mishimoto, but look at this. They have their famous blow-up penguin. It's great. So of course you guys have seen a lot of these foot pedals. So when you remove the Jeep doors, a lot of people do like to put these on. This is more so, like I've seen them in Florida, Smoky Mountain and stuff like that. Obviously we prefer the half doors just to keep us safer from rocks, but there's definitely tons of options as far as customization goes. So if you have an accent color or you have a theme going on, you know, there's a bunch of companies that have things like this that definitely, there's something for everything, that's for sure. Honestly, our friends at Rhino USA almost always have the best show price. Guys, they have things that literally 50% off. They have these hitch ball receivers, normally $200, show price $100. You guys have seen we use their straps to tie down the Jeeps onto the trailer, and so many other goodies. So if you're here or you see them at any other show, make sure you stop by and see what they have to offer. Honestly, one of my favorite parts of Jeep Beach is to see all the dogs, or actually all the off-road shows. All the dogs of the off-road world. How handsome. I love seeing that they have boots on, because guys, like, you wouldn't, you know, at middle of the day, you wouldn't be able to put your hand on this for more than 3 seconds. Love seeing our friends at Dash Poncho. They always come out with really cool, innovative designs, guys. They have the original Dash Poncho, which covers your dash in case if it's raining and you don't have a top or any doors, you don't want your infotainment system to get ruined. they have that, and it packages really, really small. They have this awning that came out. I think I filmed it for Panama City Jeep Jam last year, but it's fantastic, guys. Dash Poncho, check them out. They're really sweet people. Look who we found. If you guys are in the market for suspension seats, I think it's incredibly important to come and talk to this guy right here. If you haven't seen him in every PRP ad, this is Justin, but I digress. Justin, a few words before I...
Yeah, if you guys have a Jeep, any off-road vehicle, I mean, if you're looking for comfort, leisure, safety, oh hey, that's the biggest thing, is going with a set of enduro seats. That's the most popular seat we have. We've got the 4 models you guys can pick through in terms of what you're looking for. And really the best part is you guys can mix or match. So if your passenger and driver require different things, no one's body is built the exact same. So we have 4 seats that do all different things, but still have that same function of comfort and safety. So I'm in the Enduro Daily. It's a flat bottom, flat back. And if I jump over to the Trek over here, you can see it's got a flat bottom and a curved top, so it's going to hug your lower torso. You can see kind of right here.
Okay.
Right, so when I'm crawling, I want to lean out the window. I have a little something to contain the body. And then when I got the trail, I have the raised side and the flat back. So if you're broad shouldered, this would be really good for you. And you're like, I don't want to feel squeezed at all. Flat back, but you get the actual height on the bolster. But then the crawl, the number 1 mover, you know, I believe that's the one you went with,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Okay,
I was
so
like, this is the one that we put in the JKU, and we did 4 of these single seats.
This is kind of like the one. Ultimately, if you're looking for that side containment and the side bolstering, you're crawling a lot, you're getting aggressive, this is the move to go. Obviously, if you can fit it. On the seats on display here, you'll see we actually have the names on them. That's really for you guys, so you guys can come and talk to us and really tell us which one you like. But like I mentioned, when you buy a different passenger and a different driver, we're going to embroider it with just it saying Enduro on it. You can see an example here. So no one would truly know that you've got 2 different seats. So you've got the Trek as the driver here, and you got a crawl as a passenger. So, you know,
I wouldn't even have thought of that. That's such a great idea to like just mix and match and just do what you got to do for your family.
Do what you got to do for family, because I mean, I'm built one way. I'm going to require something different than maybe my wife or my other passenger or my dad. I mean, my dad's giant, so it's like he's not going to want to crawl. He's probably going to want a Trek or a daily. So we have those differentiators here on the Enduro line. That's the seat to go with, though.
So you guys probably saw that I was angling the camera up, and let me explain why. I'm 5'3". I don't even reach Justin's shoulder. That's
like,
why
hey.
It's this point of view for Justin. And obviously,
Sorry, buddy.
Marlon and I can fit them in both in the same screen, but yeah, no, not with Justin. And of course, you know that at most shows you're gonna see RPM steering. So our Jeeps are not in with them right now at this show, but I do wanna show you these really cool Jeeps that are, you've seen our friend Robert's Jeep. He's been off-roading with us a ton of times. He actually lives in South Florida and has probably like 10 fully built crazy rigs, and they're all decked out in RPM steering. So this might look a little familiar because our JL actually looks very similar. Robert also has the Tom's 4x4 / Rock Solid Motorsports cage. So that's the full cage. He has the Mopar half doors, beautiful wrap on 42s, but the suspension is what's the same, right? So he has a 3-link front, double triangulated 4-link rear. We have Don and Rachel talking to the masses here. But check out this beauty. If you guys haven't already seen this on social media, this Gladiator is phenomenal. So this has the brand new RPM steering, 3-link front, double parallel rear for the Gladiator. And it is beautiful. I mean, Robert's like, that's Robert back in there. 5 Jeep life, right? But you have like 10 now, so what's going on?
I can't keep going on with the names. People start stealing my numbers.
So beautiful color scheme. He calls it 50 Shades of Gold just because, you can't, this obviously isn't aluminum and this is, and you can't, it's really hard to color match, but it's still absolutely stunning. I love this build. Even though we joke and we make fun of Robert being a mall crawler, he actually wheels the crap out of most of his rigs. This is, not gonna lie, Cherokee goals. So as you guys know, we have our Cherokee project. It's I believe it's like a 1989 green XJ that we actually bought to swap and be a donor for our Comanche. With that being said, That project is going to commence, if not this year, I mean, it has to be this year. So it's going to be happening sooner rather than later, guys. But this is our friend Corey and Brandon Carroll's XJ. So this is the wife's, this is Corey's. Brandon's looks like a crumpled piece of paper like Marlon's JL. And if you guys are looking for another awesome family-oriented YouTube off-road channel, the Broad Family Off-Road, there it is. They're fantastic. We used to live really close by them when we were in Chattanooga. They were in, I think, Ringgold, Georgia, but fantastic people. And of course, you know, our friends at Skyjacker. Lots of love. What you guys doing? Oh, it's so cool in here.
I'm trying to chill.
Oh, you're trying off-road and chill. I like it. Look at all the little Matchbox cars. They always have so many cool things to look at. Honestly, this cloud covering, fantastic. It's allowing us to do the show a little faster and a little more enjoyable. And we got Hector. Hi. He's the best. So of course, would it be an off-road event if you didn't have merch? So it's not really off-road, but I guess Jeep related, right? Jeep Beach has tons of different merch to choose from. You'll see a lot of these like stickers. I see them on the back of a lot of Jeeps. People like collecting them, coming like year after year after year. So we have our fans there, of course. And so they basically sell out every year of all this stuff. So it's important to get in, get early, get what you want as far as sizes go. But they have all sorts of merch. I spy someone we know. We have Carrie and Paul, guys. They're Discover 4x4 Adventures. So out at the events, they do work hand in hand with bullet point mounting, which we run into JL. And I think that we're going to start running in our truck as well as the two-door. They have so many products. Oh, this thing is beautiful. Did you guys see? They drove this Moab to Utah, 2,200 miles. They actually drove it here. It's crazy. Clearly no AC, no heat, and I think this is just a sliding door. These guys are wild. It's absolutely beautiful though. Oh, with a little trailer, that's funny, for gas. That makes sense. And of course, our favorite complete carpet replacement system, Armorlite. If you guys are still living in the 1900s with your stock carpet, y'all need to upgrade. This has been a game changer for wheeling out in Sand Hollow, wheeling out on the East Coast. Just makes cleanup incredibly easy. And now they heard you guys. Y'all were like, we need stuff for the TJ, we need stuff for the LJ. And so it's available now. Guys, check out their website. Not only do they have a fantastic product that now comes as an option as far as Jeep through Jeep Performance Parts and Mopar, they also have accent colors for those drain holes where applicable. So we do get asked a lot, what do you clean the replacement flooring system? And so obviously you can use so many things, but now Armorlite came out with their own floor cleaner, and you can buy this only at goarmorlite.com. In some shots, you guys are gonna see me hold the mic just because there's music and we don't want obviously the video to get demonetized, but we're at the Taser booth, guys. Our friend Mike, he's fantastic. We use a Taser in all of the Jeeps. He just got something that you guys might really appreciate. So you're like, what's special about it, Luna? It's just a JL. No, no, no. That is not just any JL. It's powered by something incredibly, incredibly thirsty, a elephant. I always love seeing the RTI ramp. So this is Metal Cloak's RTI ramp, guys. And so you'd pull your Jeep onto it. Obviously not currently during this show, but they have this parked all over the country. Go onto their social media. I believe it has different dates and as to where they're going to be. So basically it gives you a rating based on your flex. So you're gonna wanna air down, they'll give you all the directions. You're gonna wanna disconnect your sway bars. You drive up, you obviously put it in 4 low or 4 high, either way, and then they'll give you a number anywhere from like 0, which I hope no one ever gets, to I think like 1,000, if not a little more than that. But in the 900s, in the 800s, it's an awesome score. We haven't been able to bring our Jeeps onto it because they do have a width. After a certain point, we're too wide, and so we're not allowed on the ramp, but maybe I can convince them otherwise. All right, does this look familiar? We got to drive this, guys. If you haven't already seen the video that we put out either last week or the week before that, we got to drive all 7 or 8 concept vehicles out at EJS. We were invited out personally by Jeep, which was a fantastic experience. It was out of this world. But this is the Convoy, this is the the decked out Gladiator basically is the base model. We have the Blueprint, which everything that you see in blue can be purchased from the JBP website. So that's cool. You got beadlocks, bumpers, fenders, shades, seats, doors, you name it. I think it's like over 40 different products that they have. And of course, my favorite one, the Rewind. I really liked driving Stitch, but the Rewind was fine and awesome and fun to drive. I just really like all the different details that they did. Seats, and there used to be, there was gloves on the top, and I think that they took stuff out for Jeep Beach, but you definitely still have the stuff in the back. And so real quick, because the music is right on top of us and I don't want to get demonetized or the video get demonetized, so they brought, High Lift Off-Road and the gear projects, this is all them, but basically this Jeep was for sale and it was sold last night, which is fantastic. Huge win for the gear team. This thing comes out decked with shocks and tires and wheels and already, lockers, front and rear, beautiful display on the inside. So absolutely stunning. The new buyers definitely lucked out on this, and it's going to be fantastic. Can't wait to see this thing out on the trails. Probably between this event and New Jersey Jeep Invasion, they outdo themselves really with these sand sculptures. Look at this. You're looking at a 392, guys. Absolutely beautiful. And this is all hand sculpted. Oh, look who we found, our cousin. Of course, you know that we have to stop by and see our friends at Rock Crawler. Thank you, Jeremy, for the water for Hector. What are you thinking of this show so far?
It's just hot. Watching the SEALs skydive right now down with the flag. I don't know if you can see.
Oh, snap. Let me turn the camera around. Uh-oh, they're doing an announcement. If you guys haven't seen the Hill Killer in Marlin's JL, the company that makes it is CMM, Carolina Metal Masters, and they're Frenchie lovers, so you know that they're fantastic people. But made in the USA, they're actually based out of North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken, either North Carolina or Tennessee. I'll put it right here. You guys know how it goes. I always check it up afterwards. But they make fantastic products, billet aluminum, lots of little cool additives to your Jeep. You see those grab handles up there? Guys, check them out, cmmoffroad.com. So check this out. These are their new hinges, and so this is the latch.
Oh wow, this is nice.
Yeah, that's super cool. And then they have these. Then they look at inside. That's what I want for the JK. Yeah, I think we might have to get a set of these. These are definitely heavy duty. That's fancy. Of course, spiderweb shade. Look at all the options they have, guys. So obviously these are pre-made, so they're not custom, but they do have Jeep Beach Edition, and they have the year, of course. And then on top of that, they have all these different colors, and these are little sack pouches that you put on your grab or your front handle in the front of like the JK kind of thing. Honestly, it can be a JK or a TJ, but that's basically where they go. And Jeep has their own obstacle course out here, so they're giving test rides. I think that blue one's a 392. Look at that beautiful Gladiator color. Love that. Of course, we're going to stop at the Moto Build booth, guys, and they have a mister. And honestly, you stand in front of it for 2 seconds and you get completely soaked. But look, guys, it's El Jefe. We have the Gladiator and their brand new Gladiator cage. And if you guys don't already know, and where have you been if you don't, we are huge Moto Build fans, guys. Moto Build comes out with amazing products. I don't even know at this point how many SKUs they have, but look at their brand new Gladiator cage. And of course, yes, it still works with the hardtop. Absolutely stunning. So let me know if you have a Gladiator. Are you gonna get the Gladiator cage? What color are you gonna paint it? Check that out. It's just stunning. And then the highly awaited, hey, Aaron, look at this bed. They just barely finished putting this together, getting it painted, of course color matched. Now Marlon wants to do this to our truck. Look at that. Mr. Hector decided that he was done and he's napping on the clock here. Don't worry guys, we're keeping him hydrated and wet, dumping cold water on him, and he has his little fan and his emotional support duck. We got our friend Aaron here from Moto Build, and he has some goodies to show us. So he said that they put this together just in time for EJS, and of course showcasing it there and wheeling and here. So Aaron, take it away.
Yeah, so this is our first production to the market Gladiator JT cage, right? So it's all 2-inch DOM, 120 wall. It's hidden very nicely behind all the plastics. You have your X-brace there, hidden behind all of the rear seats. There's extra bracing, and behind all the plastics, it's very concealed, nice, tight. Keep your nice interior on your Gladiators. We got the anti-intrusion bars built into it as well.
It looks amazing. Another amazing build by Moto Build, guys. If you guys see this out in the wild, let me know your thoughts, and we'll see you at which next show do you guys have?
I think Panama City is the next one. Okay, that's close.
Just a couple weeks away,
yeah.
Guys. So you can see this in person. Make sure you check them out on all the socials, and if you don't already have Moto Build products, what are you waiting for? And of course, raffles. It wouldn't be a Jeep related show without raffles. Tons and tons of options to choose from. So you pay for your tickets and then you come over here and just kind of check out what the options are. And there's a bunch of these boards, and they're double-sided, of course. So chances are high that you can go home with something, depending on how much you spend, of course. Have you guys ever heard or checked out Can Cut? So I know the logo doesn't look like that, but it is Can Cut. And so we have a couple of their tools, and they're honestly extremely handy. They have different options as far as drill bits, but look at that. If that's not innovative, and then you cap it and then you're good to go. It stores super easily. It's fantastic to have in your trail repair kit or just your toolbox, any vehicle. So we have one actually in Marlon's Jeep, but I'm thinking that it's probably smart to put one in the truck as well, because we're not always trailering. So we definitely need to get another one.
Hey guys, Andy Thompson with Can Cut Drill Bits and Cutting Tools. Very gracious that Luna and Marlon came by to see us. We are an all USA made drill bit company that sells drill bits and cutting tools for automotive repair, fabrication, body shops, etc. So we're out here slanging these bad Larrys, and we're Jeep enthusiast people. That's my Jeep right there, and so we'd love to have the opportunity to earn your business if you're into any of that. Because it works really well in these applications for putting on body armor or any other kind of repair, installing anything. So yeah, check us out. We really appreciate it, and thank you guys for coming by.
And I mean, I had to film the Comanche. This is giving Comanche goals, and babe, I think it's time to start the project.
It's time.
Yep.
As soon as we get back, we have to make it happen. But we have to use this to make it happen. So we know someone. We know someone.
I see what you did there. Weirdly enough, guys, we do get a lot of times in the comments, people that have never been out to the events asking about the bathroom situation. And so I'm happy to report that at Jeep Beach, they have the luxury potties, so like male and female, and then they do have the normal porta potties. So there are options, guys, always options. And as I'm walking back to the booth from just using one of them, I'll say that I have absolutely no voice, lads. This is after the tiki party and going out to Coyote Ugly and just like having fun with like friends in the area. We always love Jeep Beach because we are originally from South Florida, so we do get to see a lot of familiar faces that we don't see traveling the rest of the United States and also out of the country, of course. So Jeep Beach is honestly one of the top 3 favorite events of the year, and we couldn't imagine missing it.